This is the story of a group of Native Americans called the Cherokee that lived in the southeast part of what is now America. By the end of the 1700s, the Cherokee had already lost more than half their land to settlers. The European settlers had formed their own country called the United States, and most people in the United States at this time believed that the Cherokee should be moved far to the west to make room for more people from the United States. Hoping to keep their land, many of the Cherokee people tried to adapt to the ways of their new neighbors. Many of them lived in log cabins, learned to use rifles, and worked with spinning wheels. But adapting to the customs of the American frontiers people was not enough. In the late 1820s, gold was discovered on Cherokee land, and this made the land very valuable to the people of the United States. At this time, Andrew Jackson was President of the United States, and he helped make laws that would allow people to move the Cherokee from their land. The laws took away the rights of the Cherokee people.
No Cherokee could mine gold on his own land. No Cherokee could testify in court against a white man. No Cherokee could carry weapons. The Cherokees were forbidden to meet in council.
For more than a decade, the Cherokee protested the laws. The Supreme Court even found them to be unconstitutional, but there was no way to enforce this decision. In the end, they had little choice but to sell their land to the United States government. They were given 2 years to move off their land. In 1839, 2 years later, time had run out for the Cherokee. The military was sent in to round them up and put them in stockades. There were almost 15,000 men, women, and children. This was too many people for the stockades, and there was not enough food and water for them. Nearly 1,500 died. Winter was closing in as soldiers began to lead the Cherokee off the land they loved. The land they had buried their relatives in for centuries. The land they had lived in and many had died for.
I read in stories that they ran up and they hugged the trees as they left. And every time I come back here, I look around and it's so beautiful here. You know that they grieved.
An Army general stood by with 7,000 soldiers as the Cherokee men, women, and children, carrying all that they owned, began an 850-mile march to what is now the state of Oklahoma. Along the way, about 4,000 died, mostly children and elderly. This was the tragic journey that is known as the Trail of Tears.